Welcome to another exciting, accessible adventure on the Gene and Dave Show. You know, we've got a great show today on indoor recreation. And you know, Dave, our lucky audience will get to see an interview that we did with LeBron James here in Austin. So you don't want to miss this show.
I couldn't believe it. We were there to film some wheelchair basketball, and there he was.
LeBron James. Stick
You'll
around.
get to see that later in this episode.
And but before we get started on that, Dave, we have something else we'd like to share with the audience, don't we?
Yeah, we really want to thank all of the fans that have been watching, both on the public access television channel here locally in Austin, and also all the viewers that have tuned into the website to see our flash videos. And we received an award, actually, for our show. It's a media award from the Austin Mayor.
Austin Mayor's Committee for People with Disabilities. Yeah, it was a real honor, and it was a huge banquet, a huge ceremony they had, and we were just really proud and humbled by the experience. But we wanted to share this with our fans.
So thank you all for watching. And I think our last episode was one of our finest. We really enjoyed doing it, and I loved seeing you jump off the cliffs and bungee jump off of the bridge in Africa. Every time I see that, I can't believe that it's happened. So if you haven't seen that episode yet, please watch it on our website and tune into the Outdoor Recreation Show. But you know, Gene, weather changes and it gets cold outside. You can't always be kayaking or jumping off of bridges, unless when it's cold here, you fly halfway around the world to where it's summer. Not everybody can do that. So we decided to do this episode on indoor recreation.
I love being indoors during the cool weather. So we've got, you know me, I'm Mr. Research. I wanted to find out things about indoor recreation and disability. So I Googled.
So you wanted to find out about indoor recreation?
Yep.
And you went to the library, right?
Contraire, mon frere. What I did is I went to the Google, I did that Google thing, and I put in indoor recreation and disability.
And you found wheelchair basketball.
The very first hit I got.
Wheelchair hockey?
Not even close.
Wheelchair bowling?
You're getting cold.
How about ping pong?
Nope, the number 1 hit on Google for indoor recreation and disability was indoor rock climbing.
Rock climbing?
Yep, not this picture here of me on the cliffs of Socorro, New Mexico, or on this cruise ship. Nope, indoor rock climbing is unbelievable. But we're not going to be doing that today, but we just want to show that there's so many sports, so much indoor recreation. We decided to focus it on the wheelchair sports, indoor recreation for wheelchairs.
All right, so what's the first sport we're going to, Gene?
Let's try bowling. The Seton Brain and Spine has a program here. They take folks out bowling, and you can see in this clip here, folks are, they have different approaches to bowling. Some will just pick up the ball and bowl as any other bowler would. Others, like this kid here, he's got like a standing frame on his wheelchair, and he'll stand up, place that ball on this apparatus, an aiming apparatus towards the pins, and let go, and that's his style. We saw somebody else that just threw the ball, almost like a shot put, and It is just surprising. But
And they also make a bowling ball with a handle in it that pops up, and then the minute you throw it and release it, the handle pops back down into the ball. I didn't see anybody using that when we were there, but they do have those.
better recreation through technology.
That's right.
Yeah, and they also have these guide rails to prevent the ball from going into the gutter. And it was kind of a surprise to me. I never saw those before. But not only does it keep the ball from going in the gutter, but if the ball bounces off of it just right, you might get a strike with it.
You never know, depending on your angle.
You never know. So regardless what your disability is, if you're in a wheelchair, you should be able to enjoy bowling.
So where can we enjoy bowling, Gene?
Good question, Dave. This particular shot we took was at
5700 Grove Avenue in Austin.
Of course, I was just about to say that. Yeah, it was a good time. So, bowling isn't just for able-bodied. Just about anyone in a chair can do it. And so come on out there to Grover, 5700 Grover, and have yourself a good time. And if you folks would like more information on bowling, please contact or go to the www.abwa.com. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah, it stands for American Wheelchair Bowling Association. There's even an association for it. Man, you and your Google research, you are something.
Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that.
That's the American Wheelchair Bowling Association at www.abwa.org.
Now, you mentioned cold. I want to come in from the cold, but one winter sport, hockey, they found a way to bring that indoors for folks in wheelchairs.
They put ice skates on wheelchairs?
Well, not when we were filming, but we did find some folks who were playing indoor hockey in wheelchairs. And you can see here in this clip, these guys have got these hockey sticks. Now, the tricky thing is they have to be able to push the chair and use the hockey sticks at the same time. And that's quite an athletic event right there.
It does take some talent and practice.
Oh, indeed it does.
So let's watch this clip. Wheelchair hockey.
How are you?
Dave, a lot of these sports around town, we really need to be thankful to a gentleman named Mike Haynes. You've heard me talk about him before. He's one of my heroes, but Mike is a famous Austin celebrity, a wheelchair user who started a lot of programs, especially for kids in recreation. And we've talked with him a couple of times. Before we show this interview, I just wanted to show this one clip. Here we are, Mike and I are getting ready to do an interview, and he's clowning around, of course. I gotta make sure we're both looking good and everything's looking perfect, but yeah, that's Mike. He always likes to have a good time. But let's go ahead and listen to this interview that you and I interviewed Mike over at Hoops.
Yeah, it's quite an honor.
Dave, this is a real treat for me today. We have with us Mike Haynes. Mike, you're one of my heroes, have been for many, many years. I never told you this, but you are one of the reasons I moved to Austin. I heard about what you were doing with scuba, and I thought, scuba diving, if they've got a club in Austin, I've got to check it out. So you were active with the Eels on Wheels? Mm-hmm. Do I understand it correctly? You were one of the founders?
Yeah, one of the founding members.
And now you're doing wheelchair sports. with the Lone Star Paralysis Foundation?
Well, my job has changed a little bit. Raising money to cure paralysis, and we also fund the Brain and Spine Recovery Center over at Brackenridge. So we have an adapted sports program. We have advanced therapy. We're getting people up, getting them walking. Basically, our motto is keep people healthy enough so when we do find a cure, we'll have basically some guinea pigs to try it on, and hopefully, have some people that are ready to walk again. I myself am not going to be able to utilize any of the function just because of all the years, but we're working really hard to try to cure paralysis and also provide an ongoing sports program and other things like I said, like advanced therapy, and we have a fitness center that's for people with spinal cord injuries. They can come down and work out. And we have FES bikes where they can maintain their muscle density and stuff like that.
That's the electrical stimulation?
Yep.
Okay, great. Mike, if people want to get more information about the Lone Star Paralysis Foundation, where can they go?
They can go to the website, lonestarparalysis.org, or they can contact me at 512-673-7823. And we do a lot of different fundraisers. We've got a vodka tasting party coming up here in a couple of days, with Tito's Vodka. It's a rough job sometimes, and then
Sounds like it.
right?
Dave, did you get your invitation?
I didn't yet.
Oh, it's open invitation. We can talk about it after the show here. We'd love to have you guys come out. Tito is going to be out there making some really cool drinks, and it's over at the AT&T Center, and got a lot of good people. A lot of our board members buy a table and come out.
It sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling Dave here before that you're one of my heroes because of the sports you're doing with kids. Tell us about that, Mike.
All right. We've got a program called Super Sports Saturday that we hold once a month, and we try to do different things and introduce the kids to all sorts of different activities. We just did a scuba program this last month. We played softball this last weekend. We had a pool party at Dell Diamond at the end of the summer. So we try to provide at least one program where parents can come and drop the kids off for a day, and they enjoy sport. So the parents get a day off, the kids get a day away from their parents, and we take them out and introduce them to hopefully something that they become passionate about. I mean, you've got a lot of passion in your life for the things that you do. You do some crazy stuff. I won't even go there with all that craziness. But
the great thing about it is the kids, they have someone like you, a role model to look up to, and I think that's so important. When I was first injured back in '72, I didn't know anybody.
Well, were there people injured that long ago, Gene? I mean,
yeah, I'm not talking 1872. I'm talking 1972. Yeah,
wow, you've been in a chair for a long time.
It was kind of hard for him to get around in his first chair with the square wheels.
With the square wheels?
Yeah.
You were that's 38 years?
Yeah, 38.
Wow, I've been in one 28, but that's a long time. What, you get hurt about the age of 2 or what?
At 17, I fell from a cliff and broke my neck when I was 17, and I have no idea what happened. I don't have any memory from that time, so.
That's probably good.
Yeah, it's probably
a good thing, yeah.
Maybe a defense mechanism the mind has, I don't know. But, no drugs, no drinking, just, it's one of those things that happen, that it can happen, and people can trip over themselves, fall off a curb. So anyone can join the ranks of disabled at any time.
Well, we like to say that we're the only fraternity that anybody can join at any time. We don't discriminate against anybody.
That's right.
Yeah. And actually, I do a Think First program. It's called Think First, imagine that. And it's a head and spinal cord injury prevention program. And we go out and talk to schools and try to have the kids use their minds to protect their bodies and think about things before they're doing things. We don't want to lecture them or anything, but just about diving, going feet first, and things like that. So if anybody's interested in that, they can contact me, and we'd be more than happy to come out to their youth group or their school and do a Think First program. They're real popular right before spring break and right before the summertime. And again, it's just a different way of thinking, you know, having fun, but doing it in a safe manner.
And when it comes from someone like yourself who is in a wheelchair, it has a lot more credibility.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are really going to think twice when they think first. So, well, we appreciate you joining us.
So is there a way to contact you for the Think First program?
Yeah, they can call me at the Lone Star Paralysis Foundation.
Okay.
673-7823.
In area code 512, and if people want to donate money.
Oh, we'll always take the money. We'll always take your money. If you got an extra $1, $5, heck, if you got an extra $1 million laying around, we'll take it. You know.
Remind me to count my money next time, Dave.
All right, I'll do that.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, man.
Really appreciate it, Mike.
I love you guys, and I got to tell you, I never knew I was one of your heroes, but you guys are definitely one of mine. And I appreciate all that you guys do. You know, getting out there and covering all these things, and you're just a crazy man. I don't know Dave. I don't know Dave as well, but you've done some crazy things in your life, and you continue to do them. Is Dave the same way? Is that why you guys are such good compadres?
Exactly. Dave's got to be crazy to be working with me. But, well, we get the job done, and
we'll keep up the great work.
Fantastic place to do stuff like this.
It really is. You know, we've got a lot of people moving here that have disabilities just because of the activities that we have going on, the accessibility. You know, you got ADAPT here that's taking care of all the accessibility of everything, and people are moving here. I mean, our basketball team, it's unbelievable the amount of people that we have playing. You know, we've got a roster of 19 or something like that, where a few years ago we could barely scrape together a team. So
yeah, the city of Austin has a cultural initiatives program, and they're trying to bring people here to Austin. And now we've heard it here, Dave, that people are moving here because of the disability type programs. So
That's good news.
yeah.
it is indeed.
So it's working. Keep it up.
All right.
Do you mind taking a minute and tell us about your chair that you're
Oh
in?
no, not at all.
We've been talking about these and looking at them. Maybe we'll get a little close up on. Now your wheels are probably the biggest, the definite thing that comes to my mind are the wheels are tilted in. Maybe if you could turn around or show us the front
that?
view there. Yeah.
Yep. It's called camber. I think I've got about 18 degrees of camber, and it serves a couple of different purposes. One, it just turns on, you know, you can just spin around on a dime. And then two, if you've got two wheels, whoa, I'm a little dizzy there. If you've got two wheels that are both cambered out, somebody can't get as close to you. So when you're shooting, you can lean over. Also, it keeps your fingers from being in between the casters. And then we've got a set of wheels in the back to keep us from tipping over. It's a set of wheels in the front, and this allows you. We used to have just one bar coming out, but now they've made a double, and that way you can back up to somebody as close as you can to try to block their shot. But yeah, it's come a long way since the first sport chair in the early 80s. And I hate to say it, but I was around to play with it back then. So I've seen the technology just come a really long way.
And it looks expensive.
You know, you can get a good sports chair for around $1,500 to $3,000. But yeah, they are expensive. But our basketball team and our sports program provides these chairs for youth and adults that want to participate. So
Good deal.
I actually just got through writing a couple of grants. So if anybody has any good words with CVS Pharmacies or the Christopher Reeves Foundation, please put in a good word for us. We could really use that equipment.
We certainly will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
You got it.
It was good to talk to Mike, and if you want to get a hold of Mike or you want to email him and find something out about what kind of indoor sports are going on or what Mike's got going on these days, you can actually email him at mike@lonestarparalysis.org.
Well, it was amazing all the different indoor sports you could play in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and some were going back and forth playing both. They drop their hockey sticks and go over and start hitting the soccer ball around a little while.
Yeah, and Larry Turner from Seeing Brain and Spine organized a lot of these sports, and you know, to try to better understand the sports, we interviewed him, and This is what Larry had to say.
Good old Larry, my kayak buddy.
That's right, you and Larry went kayaking.
And he did see me row, by the way. Let's talk to him about that in this next interview. We're bringing back Larry with us. Larry, thanks again for coming aboard, man. You have been, you're holding the top record. You've been on more Gene and Dave shows than anybody else. You know, whenever a new character shows up on Star Trek and they beam down to the planet, you know that character's going to be dead and never seen again after that episode. But you're hanging in there with us.
I'm hanging in there. All right.
We really appreciate it. In fact, you were with us along for the ride on the health episode when you were training Gene on how to ride the hand cycle here.
Yeah.
You can see that right here. And you pushed him to the limit, definitely. And then
I always push Gene to the limit.
And then you joined us again when we took that little dip in Ladybird Lake.
And some kayaking. Dave's still not paddling. I wonder why. I wonder what's going on. You have any parting words for us there, Dave? Anything you might want to say?
It's another refreshing day on the lake. We'll meet you back later, Gene.
You were kayaking with me, and just for the record, now that you're here with me, and to prove to Gene, anybody that watched the last episode knows that he was dogging on me for not rowing. That I never rowed. However, you were there, you were with me.
He did row. He did row.
Too bad we don't have that on film, Dave.
Yeah, but I've got a witness right here. I rowed all of about 2 feet.
There you go.
But I rowed.
He rowed.
I rowed, definitely.
Definitely.
So we kind of got tired and hot of the outdoor recreation because, man, in Texas, it is hot.
Especially during the summer.
And especially during the summer. So we want to find out new ways, other ways to do recreation, still get that workout in, but be able to do some stuff indoors. So this show is featuring indoor recreation. Been following you around for a while now, and some basketball and some hockey and some soccer, and we've got some clips that we'd like to show you there in your hand of some of the stuff that people are doing, and we'll show it on the screen there. And if you can just kind of explain to us some stuff about what's going on and maybe some of the rules of the game.
Cool. Well, in this clip, basically what participants are doing is it's just like AB basketball, like able-bodied basketball, doing a warm-up. To warm up, we do layup drills, and basically that's what they're doing in the video is some layup drills. A lot of times during our warm-up here in practice, we'll do what we call a weave drill. A lot of able-bodied teams do the same thing. With wheelchair basketball, it's pretty similar to able-bodied basketball. The only real difference is you got the chair on the court and it takes up a lot of space, but a lot of the same rules apply.
Well, how does the rule apply with dribbling?
Basically, there's 4 major differences from able-bodied basketball to wheelchair basketball.
Let's watch the next clip. Maybe you can kind of go over some of that stuff as we're
Cool.
One of the differences is the pay.
Yeah, it definitely is. As you can see in the video there, basically what he's having to do is to dribble. He gets 2 pushes, and then he has to bounce the ball at least once before he pushes the 3rd time.
Okay.
So you get 2 pushes, and then you have to dribble. That's one of the major differences in wheelchair basketball and able-bodied basketball. Another thing is, and they're not really following it that well, but when you're inside the paint, it's a 3-second lane violation in able-bodied basketball. In wheelchair basketball, you have a 4-second lane violation. Then I'm not seeing it on the video here, but Basically, another rule change is what they call a PAF, and that's a personal advantage foul. That's when someone gets an advantage over another person just due to the function of what type of function they have on the court. I guess what I'm trying to say is, say you have an amputee on the floor. He could actually, the one leg that he has, he can move it around.
Oh, I see.
Now, say a paraplegic, he's not able to move his legs. So if any way, shape, or form, he uses his leg to get an advantage over that person. It's a personal advantage foul.
I see, okay.
Another thing that it comes into, I guess, into play there is the official watches the seat cushion. And like say an amputee may use his foot to push up on the foot plate and reach for the ball. Well, if he sees air between the cushion and his buttocks, then he's going to call a personal advantage foul. Because a paraplegic, he's not going to be able to jump up off or use his foot to get up off the seat.
So really a level playing field, to be sure.
Correct. Then the fourth major rule is a classification rule. It gets into a lot of detail, but basically you have a class 1, class 2, and a class 3 according to your function. So your amputees, they have the most function. They're going to be a class 3. A class 2 is going to be someone that has no lower extremity function, but has all their upper body and abdominal function. A class 1 is going to be someone that has some, but not all of their abdominal function and no lower extremity function.
So can someone with a class 1 play on the same side as someone who's a class 2 or class 3? Or do they all have to be the same classification?
Yeah, well, you get the way it works is you get classified as a 1, 2, or 3. And in our division that we play, we're allowed 11 points out on the court. So out of our 5 players, we can have 2 threes, 2 twos, and a 1.
Oh.
That adds up to 11 points. So out of those 5 players that you put out on the court, you can't go above 11 points.
I see, okay.
So you can't put like 11 class 1s out on the court. You can only put 5 players out there. So that's kind of how the classification system works on it. But other than those four things, everything goes by NCAA rules.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, thanks to the wonderful technology of the iPad that we were using to show some of the clips, Larry could actually look at the clips and tell us more about what was going on, and really opened up a new world to us on indoor recreation and some of the rules and things that you can and can't do, and some of the people that participate in indoor recreation.
Yep, as I say, better recreation through technology.
So Gene, when we were filming the hockey stuff, some real good live action there, and there was people of all different ages playing hockey too. That's what I think is really cool about these wheelchair sports is, anybody, any age can play against each other, and everybody was just having a really good time and just getting in some indoor recreation. But on the other side of the gymnasium, right next to the hockey players, were some soccer players.
It's amazing what sports you can bring indoors and people in wheelchairs can participate in. It's fantastic. Yeah, let's check out a few clips of them playing soccer.
Wheelchair style, of course.
They can throw the ball, or they can hit it with their chairs, but they just got to keep that ball moving. sometimes they get going pretty fast.
It's really great that all these indoor recreation opportunities are available here in Austin. And I think the man that we have to thank for that is definitely my kayak buddy, Larry Turner. I can't wait for the weather to warm back up and them to start doing that again.
Now, if you really like to get aggressive, try wheelchair basketball. These guys can really move. They knock each other out of their chairs. I'm not sure that's part of the game plan, but it does happen. These guys can really move.
Yeah, Gene, I didn't realize Austin had such a great wheelchair basketball team that had been to the Paralympics and have won several medals and awards, and how many people there actually are that participate in that. I didn't know there was that many people in Austin that used wheelchairs.
Yeah, really, that was a surprise to me as well. But the Austin Wreckers, I think, are ranked number 6 in the nation right now. And so if you've got some talent you'd like to lend, come out to the Austin Wreckers here at Hoops and show them what you've got.
Yeah, or if you just want to check them out at practice or maybe even a game, you can go to their website.
You know, you talked about Paralympics before. One of the basketball players, Dave Ware, has been to a Paralympics from the shot put, I think the javelin, and believe it or not, this big, huge, muscle-bound guy played table tennis.
Oh, that's right. Ping pong.
Ping pong, another indoor sport for folks with disabilities. But here's what Dave had to say.
First LeBron James and now Larry Bird. What do you know? Thanks for coming out and joining us, Larry. Oh, wait a minute.
That's not Larry Bird.
Oh, that's not Larry.
That's Super Dave.
It's Super Dave Ware, right?
Yep.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you, Dave? Thanks for
Good.
joining us on the Dave and Gene Show. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks.
Now, Dave, you've got quite a history in sports, and tell our audience a little bit about it, because you're a high-profile athlete.
Yeah, I kind of got started. I got hurt in 1976, and I went to college in Kilgore, Texas, and became a watchmaker and a jeweler. And then I decided to come to Austin. And
You look like the kind of guy that would be a watchmaker.
And I ended up coming to Austin and ended up finding some people that had an actual basketball team playing here at the University of Texas. And that was back in the 80s. And we had a guy named Randy Snow, which was real famous, and he played on the team. And we started from there, and we were playing for UT for a long time, and then we ended up finally wanting to go to the city, and there was just only 2 people that we had left because everybody graduated and moved on. And I was, at that time, it was probably 1990 or so, we were wondering if we were going to have a team at all in Austin. So we actually started a nonprofit organization, and there was 4 of us, me and Mike Haynes, and 2 ladies, Annette Espinosa and a lady that's just died. And we ended up starting the team there, and then from that point we start growing, and who knows, I mean, here it is, we've got 19 players now, and probably trying to go for a national championship.
Now, last year, how did you do?
Last year we ended up being number 6 in the U.S.
Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, Austin, Texas.
And we were very fantastic, very happy about getting to that point, and it was just a fantastic situation where we had an opportunity to be there.
Now, Dave, don't make me pry this out of you, but you played in the 88 Paralympics, isn't that right?
Yes, I did.
In what events?
In 1988, I did a shot put, discus, and javelin, and table tennis, of all things. I was number 2 in the United States in table tennis, and,
Wow.
and in my division.
Wow.
And I was always number 1 or number 2 in shot put, discus, or javelin.
Wow, that's fantastic.
The year before, we were in Austria. I competed there, and actually got to hold the American flag and walk around the stadium, or roll around the stadium, and that was quite an honor. But going to Korea and in the Olympics and hearing 150,000 people at the opening ceremonies, it was just unbelievable. To this day, I see the Olympics, I end up getting a tear in my eye every time.
So now, the Paralympics, are they also every 4 years?
They're held in conjunction with the able-bodied Olympics. They're always 2 weeks after the Olympics at the same complex, same stadium. Of course, there's winter and summer Olympics. We have downhill snow skiing, Everything's the
Is that
same.
because uphill snow skiing is more difficult?
Yeah, it's very difficult, yes.
Okay. Well, we understand that you're quite an athlete, and you play with the Austin Wreckers.
This Austin Wreckers is a wheelchair team. I actually came up with the name myself back at that time. I didn't want it to be just the Austin basketball team. The reason why I came up with the Wreckers was REC for recreational sports, and we could address different people throughout, other than just basketball.
So an athlete and a smart guy.
Thank you.
So what do we have to look forward to this upcoming season, Dave?
Looks like we're going to be going to Maryland this next month, October, and we have a tournament in San Marcos in November. I think it's the 5th. And then Vegas, December, I believe, and some tournament in Kentucky and Lexington and Tennessee.
Oh, that travel sounds expensive. How do you guys fund all that?
Well, we actually got into, for 501c organization, we actually got into a bingo hall. A long time ago, Paralyzed Veterans helped us with our basketball many years ago, and they kind of helped us direct to that area to get into that, help fund. And through that funding, we get a lot back to the Austin area. We've been supporting the quad rugby team. We've donated goals for East Austin, and we've donated money to the Lone Star Paralysis Foundation.
Wow. I think the Gene and Dave show could also use some donations.
So how do people get in touch with you? Is there a website?
It's austinrecords.org, and
Records is R-E-C-K-E-R-S.
R-E-C-K-E-R-S.
Okay, great.
And
It's .com or .org?
.org, yes.
.org, okay, good.
It's right there on the bottom of the screen, Gene. Don't you see it?
I don't know what's wrong with me, Dave. I don't know why you put up with me.
I don't know either. Anyway, check them out on their website, and then more importantly, go watch them play, because it's pretty exciting. Now I know, Gene, where I'm from up in Kansas, in the small towns, a lot of times it's really hard to participate in other indoor sports because, well, there's just not that many people that are either in wheelchairs or have disabilities in the smaller towns. And so I know that you've got to kind of branch out to the bigger towns to have access to them, like Austin. I'm sure there's some place near you that's a larger metroplex, so to speak, of towns. Or, you know, I just can't see never playing or having any type of recreation. In fact, we asked a few people how they felt if there was no indoor recreation for people with disabilities.
Yeah, we asked Skippy the Wonder Tuna how he would feel if he wasn't able to participate in the wheelchair sports. And this is what he said.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
No wonder Skippy's as mad as hell. I don't blame him. All right, well, you know...
Must have got up on the wrong side of the pond that day.
I guess so.
Poor Skippy.
You know, with all these different wheelchair sports going on, you see a lot of folks in manual wheelchairs. Well, Dave and I both use electric wheelchairs, but we still like to compete. So we've set up a special competition between Dave and I today, and feel free to root for whoever one you like the best. But we're going to have our first balloon blowing up competition. Now, we're not going to blow up the balloons with our mouths. That would be the easy way. But it wouldn't be the Gene and Dave way.
That's right.
Yeah, we couldn't do it that way. So we're going to blow the balloons up with our ears. So let's get ready to enjoy this competition. Okay, are we ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
And there you have it, folks. The first indoor balloon competition.
That's how you do it.
All right.
Blow it out your ear, Gene.
You know, Dave, you mentioned basketball. We've also got quad rugby, which is made famous by the movie Murder Ball. In fact, the coach is here in the Austin area. We haven't been able to get a hold of him by the phone or email, but it is a sport that you might want to take a look into. And there's also curling, sport for folks in wheelchairs that want to spend some time indoors on their recreational pastime.
There's a website for curling too, right, Gene?
There certainly is, and that website is
.org/.
worldcurling.org/.
Wheelchair-curling. That's a lot to write down from watching the TV show. But I tell you what, if you go to the website, they'll all be under on the show info part of the website. All the URLs that we've given you during this episode will be right there. So all you have to do is click on them. So go visit thegeneanddaveshow.com.
And just to show you what big celebrities are, we also have an interview with LeBron James.
I couldn't believe it. We were there in hoops and watching the wheelchair basketball, and who walks in but LeBron James.
So we couldn't pass up this opportunity. We interviewed LeBron, and me being from Cleveland, I had a special interest in it. So here's the interview you've been waiting for the whole show. Dave and I interview LeBron James. LeBron, why did you leave Cleveland?
I guess I needed to get a ring in for my career was in.
So it was all about the game.
Yeah.
You're just looking for that championship.
Yes, sir.
So how's the weather in Miami?
It's tropical.
Tropical. Is that why they call it Miami Heat?
I guess so.
Did you sell your house in Cleveland yet, LeBron?
No, man. No, not yet.
Still on the market, or you just holding off to make sure Miami's the right place for you to be?
Well, I guess I am a team rapper, so I guess you're right about that.
LeBron, we're glad you're able to make it up here to Austin for this interview. You know, most big-time basketball players wouldn't do it, but you're being a real sport about it, and we appreciate it. What do you like most about the game of basketball?
The court time, just going out there running around, playing basketball.
So having some good exercise, some time with the brothers, and good deal. It's good exercise, and I wish I could do that.
Well, you can, Gene.
You mean wheelchair basketball?
Absolutely. They have it right here at Hoop Zone as well.
Wow. Did you ever play that, LeBron?
I would like to play it, but it seems like y'all get too aggressive out there. Killing people. Like, I've seen people flip over and it's aggressive.
Yeah, I've seen people get knocked out of their chairs. And,
Yeah, like, I think it's more aggressive than normal basketball.
Yeah. LeBron, what else are you doing here in Austin?
Seeing the sights, going to some UT football games.
Great. You're a sportsman from way back. Go just love all the sports here, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Dave, let's say we could start on some wheelchair basketball, because I'm dying to try my hand at it.
And you heard it here on the Gene and Dave show. Wheelchair basketball is too rough for LeBron James.
That's right. Well, you know, Dave, that was exciting for me. I mean, that was a brush with celebrity.
It was, and I can't believe I didn't even get his autograph.
I didn't either. Now you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh well, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You'll definitely want to tune into our next show on family. If you're someone with a disability in a family, and who isn't, you might want to take a look at this. We're going to talk about kids. Dave, you've got a kid. Talking about married couples with one or both people have disabilities, and we'll be talking about extended families, so you'll definitely want to see that show.
And if you've got a show for us, a show idea, or you want to talk about your family with us, please email us. You can get to our email addresses through our website at www.thegeneanddaveshow.com. Our email addresses are under our contact info, or it's simply gene@thegeneanddaveshow.com or dave@thegeneanddaveshow.com. Email us and let us know about your family, what you think about our last recreation shows, or any other shows that we've done on our website. Please write us and let us know what you think of the Gene and Dave Show. And if we think your idea is fantastic, we might even have you on the show.
That's right. That'd be fantastic.
Or maybe we'll send you something from Gene's apartment. We'll find out.
Thanks for joining us on the Gene and Dave Show. So long, folks.
See ya.